All right, in this video, we're going to talk about emotional diversification, what that means, how to do it, why it's important. So in finance, basically everyone can agree that you want to diversify your assets so that if one silo or one trust, one financial instrument goes down, you still have a myriad of other instruments and assets to support you. And so I'm here to argue that we want to do the same thing with our own personal life and our own things we get emotionally attached to our identity. And basically, we want to get good at a lot of different things. We don't want to latch on to one thing, as is the case, is the common theme with this channel. So we're trying to make our happiness more robust. We want to get comfortable failing at different things, and I would say a good way to do that is to have other things that you're good at kind of in the background, so you have the confidence to try something new. So ultimately, this is going to help lead us towards what's called outcome independence, which means we're independent of the outcome or the end result. So we're okay with a win or lose at the end of the tunnel. And this applies to everything. This is one of those life hacks, if you will. It works with negotiations. The person who cares the least wins. Have you ever heard that before? It works with relationships, business. It's just a very effective way to move through life if you can detach yourself from the outcome. And I think that's fine and dandy, but nobody explains, how can you emotionally deal with that, or how can you do that on a more practical basis. So that's what we're going to go through. So kind of the opposite of that, or the opposite of what I'm explaining, are things like codependency. So that's a common relationship, term. A lot of people agree that would lead to a dysfunctional relationship. So that's kind of the concept of we don't want to have one thing that our identity and sense of self-worth is attached to. And I'll give you a personal example, kind of what I'm talking about, illustrating. When I was a kid, I played baseball. My friends played baseball. They're all better than me. Long story short, I suck at baseball. And I would have a game. I would strike out. I would have a bad game, whatever. And I would go home and feel sorry for myself. And I was pretty much a hot mess for a good chunk of my childhood with that. Now, looking back, you may think, oh, that's stupid. Like, why would someone care so much about baseball or whatever? But I would say it's the same template where if you have, that was the only thing I was doing. So if you only have one thing in your life, basically, naturally your sense of self-worth and your kind of emotional bank account is going to be tied to that. And so, the common day baseball, if you will, for people is, if they're really invested with their job and their work, that's great. But if you don't have anything else going on, number one, you're extremely easy to manipulate. And also, if you have a bad day in that arena, in that topic, you have a bad day, your whole day, everything. So we want to kind of diversify. And so I would say there's 4 kind of high level ways to do that. And so number 1 is you need time. And so I would check out my productivity playlist on a couple different ways to free up time. You don't have to do that, but basically we'll want to find ways to free up our time. And once we have the time, we can then apply it to different things. And one thing that's our constant theme is we want to think about the 80-20. So whenever you're learning a new skill or trying something important or learning something new, exploring something new, think about just kind of the main elements that you need to focus on. Don't get too carried away with the details. Like, when I can tell you from personal experience, I'm sure you can relate, when you read these blog posts and these different ebooks and the whatever, they give you so much information and you feel inundated, you feel like you can't do it all. And a lot of people get in this false dichotomy where they feel like they have to do all of it or they don't succeed. And really the actual skill you want to get good at is picking out the most important elements that really move the needle to get you successful in whatever new skill or topic or whatever you're trying to do. So once you have the time, once you free up your time, think about the 80-20. And also another kind of time general hack is very common sense here, but a lot of people don't do this. You only want to learn from the best, from the top of minds as much as you can. If you can afford a coach or someone who's really going to help you, I would invest in a coach for anything, a business, whatever it is. It doesn't matter the topic. If you can't afford the coach, spend some time finding the best, the leaders in the best books, the best podcasts, however you like to learn or consume information. Just spend some time thinking about the source and the credibility of the source. And then, you don't have to apply and take in everything that they say. From the best, pull out the main elements, the main things that can help you with that. So now we have the best, we pulled the best from the best, and we're basically becoming a quasi-expert, or we're becoming quickly skilled at the new topic. And the last thing, again, very common sense, very simple, try and make it sexy, is I would say on a monthly, quarterly basis, find something new, pick something new. Go join a new club, go pick up, dancing. I've always wanted to learn how to salsa. I haven't done that. I can't dance to save, worth a lick. So constantly just, find something new. It could be something that it actually matters to you. So maybe you want to start your own business, or a lot of the times you'll catch yourself in your own momentum of things you're trying to explore. So it doesn't have to be completely inorganic, learning a completely random language for God knows what reason. Like, it can fall in line with your goals, but just think about kind of constantly moving around and diversifying, and don't get stuck on one thing, would be my advice. So hopefully that helps. I will kind of disclaimer, this is a bit of an opinion piece. There's different philosophies around this, but I've just found that, I see people that are attached to one thing, doesn't work as well. So if this was helpful, subscribe. If you've done that, you can click below also to join my email list. I'll give you a couple free bonuses, get a little more detail, no spam. Simple, easy, practical, trying to take the complex, make it easier, give you more time, energy, and focus. That's my commitment to you, and I'll see you on the next one.